Danielle from DIYDanielle.com. Today I want to talk a little bit about cloth diapering and some of the different items that you might try on your baby. I want to start first with Prefolds, and these are your old-fashioned diapers, and they hold a ton of liquid. They are one of the best diapers if you have a heavy wetter. However, they do require a little bit extra work in terms of how you fold them. So you're going to fold it and put it on your baby like this. And in the olden days they would use pins, of course, but now we have something called a Snappy, and there's a couple different options you can do, but Snappy is one of the brands, and it just holds everything together like that.
It's almost done.
Now these are not waterproof. This is just going to soak up urine and hold in any poop. So what you need over these is a cover. And this is a cover right here. It's got no liner. Well, it's just got pull, which is waterproof. And you would just put this over your other diaper. And this is adjustable one. This is a one-size one that I made. And it's pretty simple. I have another cover right here. And again, same deal. You're just putting it over it to give you the waterproofing so that you don't have urine soaking through to your car seat or whatever. But a lot of people will let their kids play in just their Prefold, and because you can see when your child is wet, and then you just go and change them right away. And it's a little bit more, it gives them a little more air. So if you have a kid with a diaper rash, this is the way to go. Just let them wander around in this, change them immediately if they get wet. Okay, the other thing you can do instead of using one of these as a cover, you can also use a wool cover, and some people will make shorts, or these are longies. So shorties or longies, and it just goes right over like pants. Now you do need a lot more sizes of this, but if you knit, it's a great item to have. So, along with Prefolds, if you want something a little bit easier, you can do something called a fitted. So what this is, and this is one I made, I made it when I first started sewing cloth diapers. I took the Prefold, and what it is, it's just in the shape of the diaper, so you just, instead of having to fold the Prefold, you just can fold it right over, so it's a little bit easier to set up. Some people love these. They're alright. I prefer just to use the Prefold. Now, the thing about Prefolds, they don't come in one size. They're very cheap to buy, but you do need to buy for each size that your child is. So as your kids get bigger, you have to buy a bigger cover, and you also have to buy a bigger, the bigger Prefolds. But they make great burp cloths, and you can reuse them as inserts in a diaper by folding them over like this. I don't know how easy it is to use them. I've never used them like that because I have my own inserts that I use. But a lot of people swear by it. So you've got a couple options for diapers that are actually ready to go. So they require very little work compared to a disposable diaper. You have all-in-ones and all-in-twos. An all-in-one has the padding, the absorbency built in. This is an all-in-two. The absorbency comes out. If this was sewed into the fabric, into the actual diaper, in any way, it would be considered an all-in-one. Now, the nice thing about a removable insert is that theoretically, if your child just wet or pooped on this, you could remove this and reuse the liner, or the diaper shell. I don't find that that's usually the case. I will usually change the whole thing. The other thing is that if you have something that comes apart, or even if you have an all-in-one that's just sewed in one area and is loose like this, it's a lot faster to dry than something that is sewn in all the way around. So some will be sewn all the way, and they take a really long time to dry in the dryer, or especially if you're line drying. So it's nice to have something that comes off. It's a little faster. So this is one option for a type of diaper you can have. What we've gone with is we use pocket diapers. These have been the best bet for us. We stuff a insert into the opening here, and you make sure it's smooth, and then you fold it over and you snap it. This is a one size Bum Genius, and this is a extra large diaper that I made for my sons when they actually outgrew their one size diapers. Not all kids are going to outgrow your one size diapers. My kids were pretty big kids, so they did. So I made one size diaper, extra large diapers for them. And as you can see, we have a pull exterior, which is your waterproof fabric. It is water resistant. It's not technically waterproof, but it does a pretty good job of keeping any wet in. Now, if you dropped your insert in water and it was soaked and you put it back inside, or if your kid wet like for 2 days, or if you had a really heavy wetter, it can leak through the pull. Again, you kind of have to put the absorbency you need into your diaper so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so inside I have my inserts, and these are actually 2 Alva Baby bamboo inserts that I sewed together and added a snap to. The snap is for some all-in-2 diapers that I have. And I actually have 4 of them all together in there, or 2 sets. And this just adds extra absorbency for overnight, or if they're going to be wearing it for a little bit of time. And you can also add something like this, which is looks really thin, but it's actually a more absorbent fabric. And this would go behind my bamboo ones. Okay, so this is something that's it takes a little bit more to absorb. So you don't want it on the top because the water will go right, or the urine will go right off from it. What happens is this will absorb the urine because this is the closest to the baby's skin. And then as it's compressed, this will soak it in, and it can soak in a ton of liquid. It also takes a little bit longer to dry, of course, because the more liquid it holds, the longer it'll take to dry. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about okay. So, the nice thing about cloth diapers is that they have an elastic along the back, which keeps you from having blow-ups out the back of your diaper. And they have nice elastics along the sides. The front has no elastic, so just like with a disposable diaper, you want to make sure if you have a little boy that he's pointing down when you put his diaper on. So I have removable tabs on these. I don't like removable tabs. I actually like the ones that are built in. So you have 2 choices. You can have your Velcro, or you can have snaps. Snaps are really nice if your kid is a Houdini and can get the Velcro ones off. The Velcro I use is really strong. I have not had an issue with my kids pulling them off. So I like Velcro because it's easy and it's very adjustable. You just put it into whatever fits for your child. And so when it's on your child, you're going to want to lift your child's legs up and make sure there's no gaps around the legs. And you want to take a peek and make sure there's no gaps along the back as well. And it should be nice and snug, but not too snug. So that's your goal. I'm trying to think what other questions you might have. So, I guess I'll start talking about, also, you can get inserts that are microfiber. And it's really important to remember that microfiber can't be placed next to your child's skin. So some people will think, well, I can just lay my insert on top of my diaper so that it sits like this. And you can if you have a different type of fabric. But if you're using a microfiber fabric, that's going to give your child a rash. In any case, if you ever have rashes with cloth diapers, you need to spend some time thinking about why that might be the cause, whether it's microfiber being near their skin, are you not changing them frequently enough, do you have the wrong detergent, is your child allergic to the detergent, which usually you'd see rash everywhere if that was the case. Unless you only use that detergent for cloth diapers, in which case, that might be the problem. So there's a lot of different things that can go wrong with cloth diapering, but the same thing is true of disposables, so hey. We've saved a lot of money, we love doing it, and we use cloth for pretty much everything. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is cloth wipes. Okay, So these are our cloth wipes, and they are approximately 8 by 8. They are 2 layers of flannel that I serged together, and I fold them up and stack them. And we have a stack next to our toilet, and we have a stack in our diaper changing area. And whenever I go to use them, I will just wet them under the sink. If you're feeling motivated, you can wait for your hot water to come on. Ours takes forever to get hot. So we use mostly cold water. And just soak them, wring them out a little, and then you can wipe. And it is a little bit gentler than trying to use a squirt bottle with solution in it. Some people make their own wipe solution. Again, water seems to work just fine. And if we have a really bad poop, we're probably going to be taking a bath anyways. So wipes are awesome. We also have wet bags. This is a wet bag I purchased. It's got a cotton exterior and it's got a pull interior. As you can see, it's got a handle that we hang from a doorknob, or we have a hook in our bathroom. And after I've rinsed off my diaper and make sure there's no poop left on it, I just put it in here, and when this fills up, I throw it in the wash. I empty it out, of course, but this goes through the wash as well as the diapers. For travel, like when I'm just driving around town, I use a smaller wet bag. I actually keep like 3 of these in my purse. And this one I made, and it is actually just 1 layer of pull with a zipper. And I use it for everything. I use them for diapers, dirty clothes. I use them for my bathing suit if I go swimming. Very useful as long as your item is not soaking wet, it will not leak through. Now, one thing I have to be careful is when I go swimming, sometimes my swimsuit is pretty wet. I need to really wring it out well, or else it will leak through. Same thing goes, like, if I were to rinse my diapers in the public restroom, which, but if I would probably want to wring that out before putting it in here. Otherwise, I'm going to have dirty diaper water leaking into my purse, and that would be not cool. So, again, not usually an issue. Usually if we're out, I actually just put the dirty diaper in here, zip it up, take it home, and rinse it at home, and then put it in the big wet bag. So, anyways, that is pretty much basics of cloth diapering. It's something we love. We've saved a ton of money. I can use disposables if I want. Like if we go on vacation, usually we'll take some disposables because they fit a little bit better in our bags, and we don't have to take them home because once they're used, they just get tossed. It's really hard if we're traveling internationally, or if we're traveling to stay somewhere that's not with family, to wash cloth diapers the whole trip. I don't know, nothing else really to say. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email or ask on my blog. I love answering questions about cloth diapers, and if you're local, I mean, I could talk about it all day long. If you're local in Maryland, Greenberries has classes on it. Really cool little shop in Columbia and Baltimore.
Let me know what you've done to your video, okay, Mommy?
Alrighty, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of my ebook.
Okay. What's the button?
Oh no.